YouTube. What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been on here and we talked to each other. Try to keep that light out of y'all's face. It's been a minute before we got on here. It's been a while since I've been on here to really express, and talk about some stuff that was on my mind, really, truthfully, I've been through a lot. But I feel like I'm one of those people that don't want to, I'm one of those people that don't want to lean on that, just stay there. Because, that's not my life. I'm the type of person that can get through things, regardless of what it was or regardless of what it is. But I didn't come on here to talk about that. I came on here to try to motivate and talk to some people. Particularly, people that go to church. You've heard people talk about church hurt, and it's real. Church hurt is real. People go to church and they get offended or they get hurt by something maybe their pastor said, by maybe something that somebody said that's in the congregation, whatever the case may be, is real. I'm not saying that's my issue. And the reason why that's not my issue is because I recognize that people, pastor, deacons, bishop, whatever their title may be, they're still human. They're still people. The problem is that we put people on different levels of pedestals. And we have to understand that we all have a part or a mission or a thing that we play in this thing that we call Christianity, or being believers in God. That we can't be guilty of lifting somebody up higher than God, and we do that. So when that person, man or woman, that we lift up higher than God, automatically we get hurt when they do something that we don't agree with. And that's our fault. That's our fault because we try to replace them with God. And I believe one of the main reasons why we do that is because they're in our reach. The truth of the matter is that we don't see God, even though we see God. Because you should be able to see God in everything that's good. You should be able to see him in everything, right? But, with the natural eye, I don't see God. I see the pastor. I see the deacon. I see the bishop. I see the ushers. I see the people in the pews. I see the congregation. That's physical. I can touch that. So I can get hurt easily by something that I can reach out and touch and see quicker than I will by something that I don't see. Now, like I said, this is not my issue. It's not my issue. But I do recognize fake people. Because the truth of the matter is that it's fake people everywhere you go. It don't matter if you're in the church. It don't matter if you're in the world. It's fake people. The thing is that we set ourselves up because we say to ourselves that, okay, this is supposed to be a safe place, right? This is supposed to be a place where I can be myself, where I can be free. When truth of the matter is that the church is one of the places that you can never be yourself in. Never. Because churches are a place where it's a fashion show. I'm guilty. It's a place where we gather cliques. We get groups, and stuff like that. And if this person ain't coming to church, then I ain't dealing with them. If they coming every now and then I ain't dealing with them. Or if the pastor's talking to them, then I'm talking to them. If the pastor not talking to them, then I'm not talking to them. This is reality. This is the truth. If you're saying something against what the masses of the people believe in, then you're an outcast. You're not a part. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. But the reality is that you can't let that dictate your relationship with God. Because you have to remember that your salvation lies in you, not the bridge. You have to get yourself across the bridge. But like I said, it doesn't take away the fact that you gonna deal with fake people, man. Whether it's in church, whether it's at your job, whether it's just in everyday life, whether it's in your own home, man. It's you gonna deal with fake people. It's just a matter about how you deal with them. That's what it all comes down to. It's a matter of how you deal with the individuals that come into your life that you know don't have your best interests. I can remember when I first, because I only been going to church as an adult for maybe about 8 years, right? Maybe about 8 or 9 years. I can remember going to church, and it used to be a homeless guy that used to always come to the church. And I will always bless him and stuff like that. That's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is that he used to always come to church, but he would stop and talk to individual people. And this one particular lady that he stopped and talked to, she looked him up and down like he was dirt, like he was nothing. And that confused me with me just now this being my first experience as an adult with church. And because this was the same woman that was in church jumping up and down and doing this and doing that. But yet and still she felt some type of way by somebody that wasn't a part of what she believed in. Now, I don't hold fault to her, right? Because what we have to understand is that our way of living, the way we live and the way we think is a learned behavior, right? It's a learned behavior. It's stuff that we learn from other people, or it's stuff that we learn other people or watch other people doing. So it's a learned behavior. So the reason why I don't fault her, because it's a behavior that can be unlearned, right? Now, don't get me confused or nothing like that, because somebody will say, well, you ain't perfect. You ain't this and you ain't that. Of course I'm not perfect. Of course I'm not perfect. Of course I make mistakes. Of course I have judged other people. I'm probably that's probably what I'm doing right now, is judge. But more than anything, I want to get people to understand that you shouldn't have church hurt. Invest yourself into your church. Invest yourself into your pastor. But don't lift the pastor up higher than you lift God up. Because he is just a vessel, a go-between. So of course we look at the pastor and we look at them and we want them to be we want them to be blameless and spotless. We don't want them to have any kind of issues or anything like that. And if they do have any kind of issues, they hide them. They don't talk about them, and that's their issue. That's their case. I see a man as a man, nothing more. I see a woman as a woman, nothing more. But I see Jesus as something, through the roof. That's who I look to. Now, a pastor, I look to him for information, for wisdom, to help me in a direction that I might not know how to help myself in. But it all comes back to God. It all comes back to Jesus. So we can't be misunderstood when people are people, regardless of the situation. Regardless if you're in church, regardless of where you are, people will be people. And we can't lose sight of the fact that people will be people, man. That's just what it is. You have to be able to live with it. People will be people. And you can't be hurt with the fact that somebody doesn't think the same way you think. Everybody's not going to see the world the way you see it. You might see butterflies and flowers and daffodils all over the place. Everybody's not going to see the world the way you see it. Old or young, it doesn't matter. The world is forever changing, man. Forever changing. And it'll continue to change. The thing is that you have to be able to change with it. As the world rotates, you got to be able to rotate too, man. But I hope y'all understand my message. I hope y'all appreciate it, man. And, more than anything, man, y'all have a blessed day out there, man. Peace.